All right, thank you. Lee, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Howard. You're very handsome. Hey,
thank you.
You're a superhero. You're handsome, man.
Handsome man.
Handsome
yes.
man.
I saw Batman. It was pretty good, but I kind of miss Adam West and Cesar Romero.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, oh, and by the way, the best superhero movie of all time is still RoboCop.
Well,
that's a
I mean,
good one.
we're talking about comic book superheroes.
You want to know something?
RoboCop is a great film.
He's right, though. RoboCop, if you put it, I wasn't putting that in that category.
Right. We're just talking about, I don't mean RoboCop was somebody's invention. We're talking about comic book
Darkman, there's another one, you know.
Darkman was great. Hey, Gary, do me a favor and write me a note right now to, I have to get I want to buy a copy of RoboCop and Darkman.
So you can complete your list effectively.
Yeah, I need to watch those again. I love those movies.
Well, I mean, if you were going to do that, then I would say The Matrix goes right in there.
There you go.
Get out of here with
yes,
that.
The Matrix, the first one was amazing.
What about Homo Cop?
Hey, Howard.
Hi, I'm Homo Cop. This is Homo Cop. Oh, my. Remember that, Homo Cop?
Yeah.
Yeah, we redid it here. I got the privilege of being in it.
It was fabulous.
Hey, Howard, but I wanted to ask you, what's the deal with the bad casting of the female leads in so many superhero movies? This Gyllenhaal broad, man, I mean, this is like a worst choice for
Well, I have some theories on this.
You know what? John Hines said to me the other day, can you think of a superhero movie where the female lead was any good?
Well, first of all, let me say, Gwyneth Paltrow, yeah. She's the closest. I got to tell you something.
Kim Basinger.
First of all, I have a feeling now that they're making these superhero movies more and more reality-based. They think if they put a plain-looking girl in, that it makes it more realistic. Like, you
know what I think it is?
Yeah.
I think that women, women can't relate to a Charlize Theron or, one of these super beautiful women. So in order to make the guy, get women to go with their boyfriends to these movies, they make the girl plainer so she can imagine that it's her.
There is no way that Bruce Wayne or Harvey Dent would look at Maggie Gyllenhaal a second time. Yes, she's brainy and all of that. And I thought the casting, even in the first Batman, where they had Katie Holmes, who, I don't know what happened to this girl. Since she married this Tom Cruise, looks more and more odd and bizarre. And the whole thing's bizarre. I don't know. This guy, you just hang around with him and you become bizarre. You stop being human. But, some of the reviewers said that Maggie Gyllenhaal was a better choice than Katie Holmes. I don't get. They do some close-ups on that Gyllenhaal.
Ugh.
You can't even. Her brother is a hotter chick than she is. I could see Bruce Wayne fucking Jake Gyllenhaal before Maggie.
Well, we saw the Joker fucking him.
Listen, she's a lovely lady. I'm sure it is Maggie Gyllenhaal. I don't know her from a hole in the wall, but I don't know what it is. They can't seem to write a good girlfriend part. And getting in Spider-Man the one with the teeth. I can't even think of her name.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. She got Snaggletooth. Spider-Man in the comic was with a model. The woman was a model. There is no way that this girl, what's her name again?
Kirsten Dunst.
Fucking Kirsten Dunst looks like a model. She looks like if she modeled monster magazines.
Well, where was there good casting in that role in any superhero movie?
I will tell you, X-Men.
Right. Some of the women in X-Men look good. I don't say you have to get the hottest chick on the planet. I get it, but you don't want to make it too unrealistic. But for crying out loud, I mean, come on, let's upgrade our women now. In Iron Man, you can believe that Robert Downey Jr. is attracted to Gwyneth Paltrow, but they didn't give Gwyneth a lot to do.
I'm not a big Gwyneth Paltrow fan, so it was still not good for me.
I mean, if this trend continues, Batman's next girlfriend's going to be Whoopi Goldberg. How you doing, honey child? I love you.
Hey, Batman.
Hey, Batman. By the way, Batman always wore a utility belt. I noticed in the new Batman.
He doesn't have one.
No. He's pulling out all kinds of equipment.
But it's all in the car. Excuse me.
Out of his ass.
No, excuse me.
You know the other thing about the new Batman, he changes his voice when he's Batman.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
He does?
Yeah.
That was kind of distracting.
Like,
but Howard,
shut up.
I wanted to run by you. So clown makeup is bad luck, right? Heath Ledger, Brandon Lee.
Right.
Bozo died.
Bozo had a long, happy life.
Bozo, that was good luck for him.
But, of course, Yucko's marriage.
That's true. Yucko. They come in threes, those clowns.
What do you think about the new Terminator 4 movie?
I'm excited about it, actually.
Terminator 4?
Yes, I saw the trailer for that as well.
Yes.
Now, how does this work?
Terminator 4, I think I could be wrong. This might be my imagination. Yeah, the war. You actually see the war between the robots and the humans when it happens.
But there's no Arnold.
Don't need him.
You don't need Arnold for this. He hasn't been invented yet. Because this is the early war, the first war between the robots and men. And I believe what's so freaky is the kid has been preparing his whole life to take on the robots.
Right.
And now, all of a sudden, it's not the war he expected because it's 10 times worse.
Oh.
And he goes, there's no way I think we can win this.
Well, I love the TV series.
Yeah, well, there is a Terminator 4, and I have high hopes for it, Robin, because we've never seen the war between the robots and the people.
That's true. We only hear about it.
All right, I'm going to go take my big nerdy glasses and go beat off and play cards on Friday night with my friends. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Hey, Howard, all these superhero films this year, you think it's too much of a good thing?
No, absolutely not. In fact,
it's great. What are you
there's not
talking
enough of it. There's not enough of it. I haven't even seen the Hulk yet.
You haven't seen Hancock.
I haven't seen Hancock.
What is that?
That's
the Will Smith one.
Is that based on a comic book?
I don't know if it's a comic book, but he's a superhero.
I think that's some shithead trying to start his own comic book right from the movies, which is kind of smart. Like this way you don't have to cut Marvel or DC comics.
Right.
But let's face it, the real audiences love the comic book movies.
Yeah.
But it made $136 million its first weekend.
Well, you know what?
You think they're going to run out of heroes? Like, they'll have to get down to Ant-Man? Anybody ever watch? I used to read Ant-Man. I was a big Ant-Man. He was like, Marvel and DC used to rip each other off. It was so great. There used to be
Adam and
used to be the Atom. The Atom was this little tiny guy who could lift, tons of weight, and he was tiny. He could fly through your bloodstream. You could inject them into a human being. And then all of a sudden, Marvel had Ant-Man, and Ant-Man was connected to ants. Like he could communicate with ants.
Right, he could direct them.
He has these fucking antennae, But you know what franchise they really fucked up, which is a shame?
What?
Daredevil. And Daredevil was my favorite.
They really killed him off.
Yeah, and Lice Man, they screwed that up. They never even got out of pre-production.
There's only one Daredevil, right?
Oh, look at this. Here's a fact. Ant-Man movie coming out 2010. I was joking, but here it is. But the fact of the matter is, that's a stretch. Daredevil was such a great comic book, and the stories were so great because the guy was a lawyer and he was blind. And they fucked that up so bad. Whoever did that should be shot. Should be brought on trial. Of course, always get a trial first. And then comic bands at
and then shoot them.
And then comic fans at Comic-Con can declare the death penalty or not.
Now, there's one where the female lead was better than the superhero lead.
Jennifer Garner?
Jennifer Garner is better than Affleck in that movie.
They made a
but you
spin-off.
forget the movie, Elektra.
Oh, right, they made a spin-off movie
Elektra was
of her.
horrible.
Yeah, it was
horrible
too.
Blade was a comic book. We should include that also.
That's true.
And I'm a huge Blade fan.
And the first Blade was a great movie.
Shove that into my top 5 somewhere.
Somewhere in the top 5?
Well,
yeah,
look, you know what's interesting? Your generation is clearly running Hollywood now. You know, people who grew up like you. And
this was my fantasy as a kid. I used to have this fantasy. I'd say, why can't they make comic book movies, but not like Batman, Cesar Romero?
Right. Like they always made them goofy.
Yeah. So why can't they make a real? And sure enough, someone did, and now it's history.
They'd always make them in the bad cartoons or bad TV series.
Right, and make them goofy. See, everything now is boiling down to superheroes and vampires, and you know what?
That's a good thing.
It's good for me. This bullshit, Mamma Mia, fucking bullshit.
You're not going to see that?
No way. I won't see any movie now without superheroes.
James Bond's in the Mamma Mia film.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
What a douche. All right, hey Lee, I gotta go, man.
Howard, I love you.
Love
Bye.
you too. Later.